Before we start, I wanted to dig out something to show you. This here is my very first and only Game Boy Color that I bought back in 1999. Well, I didn't buy it, my grandma did. She very generously bought it for me along with my granddad. Pokemon Red's in the back there. Compared to the new see-through blue shell, this one is much more desaturated. And it occurs to me now that this was probably one of my first ever electronic devices. And I never thought that 20 years later I'd still be so invested in these machines. I certainly didn't think that I'd be taking them apart for fun on the internet, but here we are. I did consider, when I first got interested in Game Boy modding, about installing a backlight for my own Game Boy Color, but I didn't want to cannibalize my original device. It would seem like such a terrible waste if I messed it up. So, in fear of destroying something that had sentimental value, I decided to get on eBay and find myself a Game Boy Advance SP. I never had one of these back in the day, but I always thought they looked really cool. This one is the earlier frontlit AGS001 model. I would have preferred to have the backlit 101, however they're just way too expensive on eBay and it's not worth it. This one, however, was a bit of a bargain. The ports are fairly clean, the screen isn't scratched and the buttons all work. The only issue I had with it is that the battery seems to be a bit bloated. It no longer holds enough of a charge to power my flash cartridge, which is a bit of a problem considering that's the only game I want to play. If you're already interested in this kind of thing, you may have heard already that the build quality on these new shells is actually very good. The plastic on this one feels very nice, much more solid compared to the other opaque aftermarket shells. Although the plastic screen lens it comes with is significantly worse than the one that I've already got installed, so I'm going to leave that out. By now, GBA reshells are quite well documented on the internet nowadays, so I won't go into great detail regarding the process. More importantly, you don't need to see me mess it up right at the end because I forget to insert the square nut into the battery cover, meaning I had to dismantle it to go back and fix my mistake. In turn, making it worse because I then managed to strip the head off of one of the exterior Y-wing screws. What I will leave you with is the very cool workaround to the battery issue. Because of its age, most original SP batteries will be in an irreparable state of decay, and a lot of the replacement batteries you can buy hold significantly less charge than they say they do. To get around this, using some minor modification, you can use a much newer original fat Nintendo DS battery that should be in better condition, and luckily for me it solved the problem. All in all, it worked out well. Even today I find it absolutely fascinating looking inside these machines, being able to see the components and pieces that make them work. Overall, I'm really impressed with how these transparent shells have turned out, and I'm looking forward to doing more Game Boy mods in future. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.